All right, let's bring H2O up. I think H2O, you have to hit request to speak. Like after I hit, you can come up. I think there's like a green button above that you just need to click to come up here. So go ahead and hit that. We'll bring you up and we'll get this thing started. There
Okay.
we go.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you just fine, man. How you doing?
Perfect. I'm doing great.
Awesome.
I
Well, we're excited. We're excited to hear about your project tonight. Gara's going to take the lead on this one, and we look forward to learning a lot right now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
I
everyone.
Hey, thanks, Rob. Thanks for the startup. All right, so I've been looking into your guys' project O2 Dao, and maybe we could start off with you guys giving us a little introduction about the project and maybe a little bit about yourselves too.
H2O, maybe I'll introduce myself first. I got started with the idea of Olympus DAO earlier, like 3 months ago, and then I got it looks pretty interesting, so that's why I became an OMI myself, and then I was thinking, can we take a step forward and take a step further by building something like O2 DAO? So that's how O2 DAO got started, and maybe we can and H2O let us hear your story.
Oh yeah, I'm H2O. I'll just introduce myself first. I'm one of the developers of O2 Dao. I was a freelance full stack developer, doing front end and back end stuff. I got into crypto in 2018. I bought some coins, but then there was a 2 year bear market, and I just ignored the whole crypto stuff. And then this year, DeFi took off, and I decided to take time to understand the whole DeFi stuff, and I learned a bit of Solidity just for fun. I had the idea of launching my own protocol because it was so easy. Like everybody just forks.
Yeah,
Like for example, last year, everyone just forks Uniswap. I think. Like first we have Sushi Swap, then we had all kinds of forks. Like I can't even name them because just too many of them. And the APY, the yields were crazy. 1,000 APY were a norm at that time, and I think nowadays you can't even see like 3 digits APY. It's gone,
right.
right? And anyway, and then I learned about Olympus DAO after after it launched. I think it was in April or March, somewhere around that time, and it was quite complex. Like they invented a lot of jargons, a lot of terminology that nobody really understood, and so I started to take a look into Olympus DAO, and honestly, I didn't understand a thing at all. Like it was just like big brain stuff. Uh, and honestly, I think it's like a Ponzi scheme. If you're in the DeFi scenes long enough, I think you'll remember. Like at the beginning of this year, there were a lot of rebase coins, like the algorithmic stable coins,
Yeah,
like Basis Cash, for example. And I think there were just a lot of them that I don't really remember. The one that I did remember was uh, the empty set dollars. Uh, it was like the first very successful algorithmic stablecoins. So if you don't know what algorithmic stablecoin is, it's basically a kind of a rebase coins. And so the way it works is So basically, the coin started selling at like $1, just like a stable coin, and then if the price is above $1, then it will start distributing extra tokens to all the token holders, and if it's trading below $1, then it will start to do a contraction. Like it will stop issuing additional tokens, and it will start to issue bonds, and then at a discount to attract new investors to buy, to bring the price back up. And
Yeah.
so this is like the very first version of Olympus, like the very first concept, a similar concept, but it failed. It went to zero if you checked on CoinGecko and other websites. Like
Yeah.
there were a lot of coins like that because they all saw the success of the empty set dollars, and but no, it just went to zero. So because Olympus DAO was after that, and so I was thinking it was just similar stuff with a different like design and marketing stuff, but I still think I still thought it was a Ponzi. But the more I understand Olympus DAO, the more I think it's truly innovative. The problem with the algorithmic stablecoins is that it it's it's greatly beneficial to early buyers because you can just buy the coin and just wait for new investors to jump in, and then you just dump on them, right? And Olympus DAO kind of solved this problem by introducing protocol-owned liquidity. Because once you added the LP tokens into the treasury, there's no way to take it out. Like in algorithmic stable coins, you have to bring incentives for people to keep doing LP. And if the market condition is terrible, then people just pull out the tokens and there's no liquidity on the market. So that's the problem of algorithmic stablecoins. And Olympus DAO solved this problem by introducing the concept of POL, protocol owned liquidity. And yeah, and then last month, CO2, as CO2 said, he kind of had this idea of making an ohm fork, which is different than all other forks. I think in September, the late September and early November, there were a lot of ohm forks just emerging. So
Yeah, there
first
was quite a few.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So first we see the success of Klima DAO. I think it's the first open fork, if not the most successful. And then we saw Squid DAO, and then just a lot of forks just kind of came out of nowhere.
So
And
what
then,
what separates? Sorry to interrupt, but what separates O2 DAO from all the other forks from
well,
Olympus?
yeah. So I actually have a slide deck that I want to share with you. I'm not sure if I can share my screen.
You know what?
I can.
Let's see.
I don't think we can unless you can share it through Discord. I don't think we've ever had. Here, let me see. Hold the slide deck. Let me see if I can get Grant to.
Yeah,
come in.
great. I'll just.
It's out of my
DM you
knowledge,
the
but I'll
slide
work on
deck.
it right now behind the scenes. Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so what really caught my curiosity about this project is you guys are doing something seems to be completely different from all the other forks, where all the other forks seem to be trying to compete about the same assets, while you guys are actually trying to work right along Ohm, correct?
Exactly. Like, if you noticed, Zeus is the founder of Olympus DAO. He made a bunch of tweets back in like last year, like kind of complaining that all other forks are just competing with Olympus. Like the problem of all of the Olympus DAO forks is that they all fight for the same assets, like stablecoins. Uh, Olympus DAO is backed by DAO, and the only difference that other forks bring is that they are just on different chains. Like I think the number one issue of Olympus DAO was that the Ethereum main chain is very congested. It's very expensive. It's very slow, and so if you're not like a whale, you're not really getting into the Ethereum, and so you're not really getting Olympus because in Olympus DAO everything involves invoking contracts. So you have to buy the coin, you have to stake it, and yeah, but it still costs a lot of gas. So that's why people are just doing Olympus style forks on different chains like Phantom, BSC, and then Avalanche. And the only difference is they're just on different chains, right?
All right.
And the problem is Olympus style was not ready to go multi-chain. It was only on Ethereum, but it's not like they wouldn't go cross-chain, just like what we see. They are ready to jump cross-chain, and so the only thing that the only benefits of the all the other open forks is that they're just earlier. They're just trying to create activities on different chains, but they ultimately they are just fighting over the same assets, stablecoin. It's kind of meaningless. Like you can have one fork on each chain at most. But now we see we have at least 10 different open forks on different chains. Like some of the chains I don't even know existed. And so what we
Yeah,
do,
there's so many of them.
so many of them I lost count. So what we do is different. Is in a way that we don't use stable coins as our backing. We use Ohm as our backing. So so how does this work? So Zeus made a tweet, like complaining all the folks are just competing with Olympus DAO, and then he made a counter offer. He said, I quote, imagine if you have fork, which is bringing in 1 million DAO to the treasury every day. Fork decides they want to use Ohm as the reserve. Fork starts accumulating 1 million Ohm instead. This new demand allows Olympus to accumulate another 1 million DAO. So what he's basically saying is, if you are a fork of Olympus, you can try to create a bond of Ohm, and then that demand will attract investors to buy Ohm, and then in turn, if Olympus is really successful, then it will be beneficial to your protocol. So this is what he's saying. But we wanted to take it one step further. We want to use Ohm itself as a backing. So it kind of creates a circular relationship between us and Ohm. So because we are backed by Ohm, people need to buy Ohm first to invest in us. And if Olympus DAO is really successful, then that means our treasury is growing our intrinsic values. And at the same time, people are earning double rewards. First is the 3-3, the rebase rewards from Olympus DAO, and then it's our 3-3 because we are built on top of Olympus. We are a fork. We use this Ohm as our reserve, and then we also have our own rebase mechanism, just like 3-3, which we called O2. So this is how O2 works basically.
Okay, so just to make it clear, just the benefits of staking Ohm with 3-3, but you're actually getting another APY, which is O2 on top of that, correct?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, just wanted to clear that up. Now I seen too that you guys are planning to add a lot more forks to your treasury. besides time, or are you guys currently looking at any other ones?
Not really. Like currently, we don't really see a great fork that is trustable. Like we were thinking about adding Snow Bank, but there was a lot of drama going on. Like they kind of rug pulled the
Yeah.
investors by front running that kind of stuff. So I think at this point we have no plan to really add other forks, but it's still on our radar.
Oh, okay. How about switching through another chain? Would you guys, let's say, switch to the Binance Smart Chain and maybe get more DAOs over there, or are you guys just kind of just not going to move forward with any more forks at the moment?
I think we are just gonna stay where we are at right now, because like as I said, we're not really seeing a great fork. Because like all the forks are just like at most 1 month old, and the reason we added Wonderland is they had a great background,
Yeah.
Danielle, and it's like I think it was running for 3 months old, something like that, and like I think at one point its treasury value is greater than Olympus, so that's a lot of the green flags that we added them, but we don't
Oh,
really
okay.
see like other folks doing that great. Like we I don't think there's any DAO fork that is doing this like similarly to Wonderland, so I don't think we are ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, Olympus itself, I mean, it's over, like, I think they have over $3 billion now in their treasury, so it's a little bit hard to compete with that. Um,
Yeah.
how about roadmap? Where do you guys kind of see yourself doing and for the
Hey,
long
Garrett, give me
term?
1 second. So what we were able to do is, so this is gonna be a really fun fire drill. Everyone is going to leave the stage and go into the O2 Dao AMA right below the stage. That way, H2O can share his screen, and everybody will be able to see what he wants us to see. So I know this is kind of like unusual, but let's all roll to the channel right below. It's O2 Dao AMA, and he'll be able to share his screen and show us what he wanted to show us. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for going down. I'll be right there. All right,
Thank you for
Garrett,
all
let's
the
get in
efforts.
there. Yeah,
Okay,
no,
I'll
we
see you
want,
guys
we
over
want
there.
you guys to be able to, yeah, we want you guys to be
Yes,
able to
yes,
share it.
yes.
So be over there.
Awesome.
Watch this. But hey, I'm interested. They're gonna be buying Ohm. It's something different, guys. I did buy a little bit. I'll be totally transparent. I have a small bag of this, so I'm listening too. I'm learning as you guys.
Hey, am I speaking?
You are. Look at that, and you have
Oh,
voice. Look at that. Awesome.
So I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
Yeah, here, let's do. Just give us maybe like another 60 seconds. So why don't you get ready, and we'll just give people a little bit more time to come over. I want to make sure we get everybody in here.
Sure. Can you all see my screen?
Yep. If everyone, so go up to H2O on the top left and hit watch stream. Okay, guys, that's how you're gonna watch right now. You're gonna go all the way to the top. H2O has a watch stream button. Click that,
Hey,
and you guys are fire. And then Garrett, I'm gonna give it back to you now that my job is done.
wait, give me 1 sec, where I'm trying to figure out where I'm at on this thing.
Oh, you're good, man. All the way at the top. You want to hit watch screen
Okay, give me one
on
sec.
H2O. You see, you should be in the very top left.
Okay, I got it.
Got it? You should hit that, and then the screen comes up.
Oh,
Did
wait,
that work?
give me one. No, let me see. Maybe it'll
Well,
work
the
better
stream
if
has a
I.
max number of viewers. Grant didn't tell me about that. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me go see if Grant can increase it. 1 second. This is the first time that we've had to do this, so give us a second. Let's figure this out. Sorry.
No problem.
You know what we might have to do is just show it to whoever we can see it right now, and then what we're gonna do is open up a special channel, and maybe you can post all the information, the slides, in the channel for the people that couldn't see it. Would that be possible, H2O, after the stream?
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Great, because we want to get it to everybody. I mean, we didn't know Discord couldn't handle the amount of traffic that we have in here, so. Show it and just talk us through it, and then we'll open up the channel later, and we'll share everything that you're saying in the channel so people can go through and do their own due diligence and check all this stuff out. And then we are recording, so people can go back and listen while they go through the information. So, all right? Thanks, guys.
Perfect. I'll start speaking, I guess.
Yeah, just go along ahead. See
Cool.
if I could.
So just to reiterate some points that I've mentioned. So this is the tweet I'm talking about. So in this tweet, Zeus like calling out all the folks that please don't try to compete with Olympus DAO. You're gonna fail unless you're trying to cooperate with Olympus DAO. So like right after we saw the tweet, actually CO2 saw the tweet, and he had this idea of O2. So as I said, the problem with Olympus DAO versus other forks is that they are all competing over the same stable coins. It's just different, but it's still stable coins. There's absolutely no innovations that other forks bring. They just fork the code with minimal changes. I think they don't even change the parameters. Like the 5-day vesting time of bond is still 5 days, and the only difference I can think of is probably the sky high APY, because they can set whatever they want to kind of try to compete with Olympus DAO, because so while Olympus DAO is having 7K or 8K APY, you can see a lot of folks are doing 100K and a million, and some are even like I don't even know how to pronounce the number, like that amount of APY. So that's their only difference. But ultimately, they're competing in the same stable coins. So then Zeus proposes that you should try to add a DAO into your treasury as a bond to attract people to buy OHM, and then in that way you will not compete with Olympus, because like you're now kind of living together with OHM because you're now trying to accumulate OHM, right? So so we wanted to take this idea one step further by being backed by OHM. So we are actually backed by something called the governance OHM. It was previously called the rep stake OHM. In order to earn rebase reward, you have to be on Ethereum. But Olympus kind of creates a new token called the rep stake OHM, which is governance OHM right now, and you can just buy the token cross chain, and then it'll do the staking for you. That's the idea. So we are backed by GOHM. So as I said, because we are backed by GOHM, our treasury is full of GOHM. So our treasury is accumulating OHM and earning staking rewards. And because people need to buy OHM in order to invest into us, so it will create demands for OHM. So it's kind of like a circular relationship, which is beneficial to both of Olympus DAO and O2. And here is a simple chart that describes the mechanism of O2 DAO. So first, you can buy bond at a discount in O2 DAO. It's right now we have actually three bonds, but I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Right now we have two bonds. Let's say, it's one of them is GOHM, and the other one is our LP token, the O2 and GOM LP. So you can buy either of them at a discount. Let's say you buy a GOM bond, and then our treasury will have your GOM. And then the GOM in our treasury is earning staking rewards from the OHM's rebates, the 3.3. So over time, our treasury's intrinsic value increase, because if you truly believe in Olympus DAO, and then you will believe that Olympus, the value of OHM will only increase, like in the long term. I'm not talking about short term, because the price right now is not doing very good, but in long term, it will just keep increasing, right? And alternatively, you can buy O2 in the market instead of bonding, because one of the disadvantages of buying bond is that you have to wait for 5 days for it to be fully vested. So you can just buy bond at the market, and then you can use your O2 from either bonding or from buying it from market to stake in our reward for our rewards in our O2 rebase system, which is called O2. So this is an overview of what you can get with our APY. So in the blue line, you can see it's a 3.3 rebate rewards, pretty high ROI. But with O2, you get double rewards. You're basically getting the 3.3 rebate rewards and our rebate rewards, and you can think of this as kind of like a leverage, like, because the potential gain is unlimited. Like the price of O2 can be I don't know, let's say $1 million. Like there's no cap on that, but the potential loss is greatly limited by the fact that we are backed by GOM. So that means the worst you can lose is up to a certain amount until it hits 1 GOM, because we'll buy back and burn the tokens if it's trading below 1 GOM, which unfortunately just happened, but we just performed the first buyback and burn just for transparency. And so this is our V1 design. It's all focusing on the APY, the return. So this is the overall supply of RepSec OHM on Avalanche. Right at our project announcement, there were 135 RepSec OHM on Avalanche, and several days before launch, we saw a great jump. I think it was 40% increase of the RepSec OHM on Avalanche. And then at launch, we are seeing 353 RepSec OHM on Avalanche. So that means people were bringing RepSec OHM on Avalanche, probably because of us. And at one point, we had 60% of the total RepSec OHM supply on Avalanche. So that got us thinking what we can do with this RepSec OHM. Like, it's great we have rebate rewards from OHM, but there's something else we can do with the RepSec OHM. So Olympus DAO recently converted RepSec OHM into GOM. The GOM adds the governance ability on top of RepSec OHM. So that means you're earning rebate rewards, and then you're also having voting power on Olympus DAO. So we were thinking we can kind of create a governance delegation system in O2 DAO. So O2 holders can vote on a proposal on O2 DAO, and then in turn, O2 DAO can use the GOM in a treasury to vote for proposals on Olympus. So it's like having a delegate. Like we as a delegate, and people, the O2 holders can vote on whether we should use all the treasury to vote on a particular proposal. So that's our idea, to use the geom in our treasury, besides just earning rewards.
Okay, so you
And
would
the
be
other
able
thing-
to vote as well.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
And the other thing is, Olympus DAO at the beginning were only backed by DAO, and then if you check Olympus DAO now, it's backed by a bucket of assets, like Repstake, RepETH, Frax, LUSD, all kind of stuff. It's like a diverse assets. So the reason why they did that is because for decentralization, they think it's not safe to just have one backing asset. It's better to have a variety of assets for various reasons. Like, for example, in the event of, let's say, DAO getting depacked or that kind of stuff. So we were thinking maybe we can try to do the same with our design. So then we kind of looked around and think, well, maybe we can add other forks in our treasury. And then our first choice is Wonderland, because it was the biggest, and it's still the biggest DAO fork, OM fork on Avalanche. So the benefit of bringing another asset in a treasury is that it diversifies the risks and increase the overall returns. Olympus DAO is actually having the lowest APY in the market in terms of all the OM forks. So if we bring Wonderland in a treasury, will provide another great source of income, because Wonderland is getting almost 100k APY from the rebate rewards.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you can kind of diversify our risks. If you don't already know, Olympus DAO is kind of competing with Wonderland. I'm not sure if that's the correct way of saying competing, but Zeus doesn't get along with Danielle.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
them going back and forth on Twitter all the time.
So let's say in the event of Olympus failing, which is unlikely, we're still kind of backed by another asset of the same class, like Wonderland. That's our idea of diversification. And you can also think of this as think of us as an ETF for all the Olympus forks. Like for example, if you want to buy both Ohm and Time, you'll have to go through a lot of troubles. Like, you have to go to Ethereum to buy Olympus, and then you have to go to Avalanche to buy Time, and then you have to stake them, and you have to manage different wallets if you want to kind of manage their assets. So it's kind of troublesome. But with us, you can just buy a token, and we are kind of like an ETF. So you don't need to worry about those.
Okay.
And yeah, and then we can also vote on all other forks that we add in our treasury, like Wonderland. Let's say, for example, if Wonderland wanted to add Ohm in the treasury, which is unlikely, but let's say they wanted to add Ohm in the treasury, then I believe a lot of time holders will not agree with this proposal, right? And meanwhile, OMs must be very supportive about this proposal, because they want to bring it's perfect, it's great for Olympus because it'll increase the demand, but the people in Wonderland will not agree. So O2 can kind of be a mediator if we have enough voting power, let's say. So we can kind of accumulate ohms and times, and then once we have enough voting power, then the O2 holders can vote on whether we should support on which side. Let's say we wanted to support Wonderland, for example, then we can just use our voting power to reject this proposal. And if we want to side with Olympus, and then we can use our voting power to vote for this proposal, like for adding ohms in their treasury. So it's like kind of resolve the conflicts between Olympus and the Fox. That's our idea. So this is the diagram for everything combined. You can buy bonds, you can earn staking rewards from multiple sources. One is Olympus and the other is Wonderland. And then our intrinsic value increases over time. And if O2's price drops below 1 GOhm, we'll just buy back. And you can buy O2 in the market and stake for rewards, rebate rewards. And then you can vote on O2 Dao's proposal, which in turn can vote on proposals on Olympus or Wonderland. So O2 Dao in a nutshell, we are the first Olympus fork to use Ohm as backing. We are seeing a lot of Ohm forks using Olympus in the treasury, but we're still different because ultimately they are still backed by stablecoin. They're still backed by $1. And meanwhile, we are using Ohm as backing. We are completely living together with Olympus. If Olympus failed, we failed. But if it succeeded, and then we'll be many times more successful. And O2 holders can earn double rewards, both O2s and Olympus rebates, and also Wonderland. And O2 holders can delegate their votes on proposals on the Ohm and Ohm forks. And we will be an ETF of Ohm forks. And more importantly, Zeus did notice us. He liked one of our tweets. So that's all I have to say about O2. Hey, can you still hear me?
Yeah, thank you, H2O, for such a
Yeah.
great talk and introduction to our protocol, O2 Dao.
Crypto Sensei, you want to take it from here?
I think they are not with us anymore.
Really? We just
But hey,
go back to...
just want to say thank you to all of our audience here. We are thankful that you spend your time hearing us out, and we really hope that this project will take off. And yeah, we believe our idea is solid, and
Could you guys hear me now, or am I still
Yeah,
having
yeah.
technical difficulties over here?
no worries.
Okay, perfect. Sorry about the guys. Yeah, I've been kind of going back and forth with the laptop and phone. Some things showing, some things aren't. So but I heard everything. Looks pretty promising. The project. I seen on your guys' Discord, you guys do have promote your forks. Have you guys looked at any other forks besides Time, or are you guys sticking with Time for at the moment?
We are only focusing on time at the moment because, like as I said, there are not really a lot of great forks at the moment. We're not sure if they will rug pull or if they're doing great. So right now, we're only focusing on Wonderland.
Okay. All right. And yeah, I mean, besides, you guys pretty much answered all my questions, kind of going over the slides. I mean, if anybody has any other questions, see if we could get you guys up here. Let's see. Doesn't seem like anybody has any questions. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out, talking a little bit about your project. I mean, unless anybody raises their hands, but I'm looking through the chat. I'm not seeing anything for at the moment. I guess you guys must have just answered everybody's question. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming through. O2
Yeah.
Dao, I mean, it's built on top of Olympus DAO to provide better stability and return. I don't have anything else to add.
Great.
Yeah, thank you for
We
having us.
appreciate. Yeah.
No problem. I appreciate you guys coming out, and maybe we could do this again now that we figured out how to have the slideshows and everything. Maybe next time will be a lot more smoother.
Sounds
Definitely.
good.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys, and we'll be in touch.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.